got you there, huh? So, you've just been rickrolled. But, what is a rickroll? A rickroll is an online joke, or meme, where you play the song Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley instead of anything else you promised to play. Just like right now, you're expecting a video about medieval philosophy, and you got the opening tunes to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. But where do rickrolls preside? Do rickrolls have any physicality? And if they do not, do they even exist? Today, we're going to discuss the metaphysics of jokes. So first of all, a difference can be made between the rickroll itself and the video Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Just playing the video does not necessarily entail a rickroll. It only entails a rickroll when the joke is understood and intended. So the thing that makes the song Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley a rickroll is something non-physical. It's not the same as the video itself, it's not the same as the song itself. It's a concept that overshadows that, which we can call rickrollness. But, does rickrollness exist? So to answer this question, we're going to turn to two medieval philosophers, Avicenna, or Avicenna, and Ibn Rushd, or Averroes, and see what they have to say about the existence of non-physical things. In the Book of Metaphysics, within the Remark and Admonitions, Avicenna gives us a hint as to what is the answer. In the fourth class on existence and its causes, Avicenna starts his reasoning as follows. Not everything that exists is sensible. Now, he explains this by saying that universals exist. So take, for example, humanness. I can say that I am a different person than, for example, Barack Obama. There's two different people here, but we can still agree that there is an overturning humanness that connects us both. Avicenna argues that universals such as humanness are intangible. A possible answer to that is that you say, well, the thing that makes us both human, me and Barack, is the fact that we both have 2 arms, 2 legs, the ability to think, and also a couple of organs within our body that make us human, the physical buildup of our body. However, Avicenna says this is not quite correct. Because even if you say, sure, the thing that makes people humans is universal organs, then you can still say that the organs have a universalness. I can look at a pile of meat and say, this is most definitely a liver. And I can also differentiate between the livers of me and another person. I can take a pile of meat, point at it, and say, this is most definitely a liver. And the thing that makes it a liver and makes it different than other livers cannot be a certain organ buildup. It's an overarching concept of liverness, which is non-existent. Furthermore, Avicenna says, we can see tons of non-existent things in our lives, such as love or friendship, and those things do not have physicality, but influence our life very really and are very real. So how do we translate that to rickrollness? So you might say that a rickroll can also be defined within universal organs. You might say, well, a rickroll is always when a Rick Astley song is played without anyone expecting it. But that's not the case. When a Rick Astley song comes up in a club and you don't expect it, it's still not a rickroll. Plus, someone cannot accidentally rickroll it, even though that does make it unexpected. Therefore, there must be an overarching theme of rickrollness that makes the Rick Astley song played at the beginning of this video a rickroll, and that makes a Rick Astley song played in the club unexpectedly not one. So for Avicenna, these universal concepts like humanness, rickrollness, liverness, they exist outside of physicality, and they exist before physicality. We can certainly admit that the part of the video at the beginning of this exists, that it has physicality, you just saw it. But we cannot say that this rickroll is all rickrolls. Now, Averroes takes a very different approach to answering the problem, what exactly is a rickroll? He does admit that things that do not have physicality exist. Like, we can have ideas, we can have reflections, we can have jokes. But he also says that this is a different kind of existence than, say, a physical existence. These scissors, or my couch, have a very different type of existence than a rickroll or the concept of a rickroll ever could have. So Averroes calls these two kinds of existence wujud and majud. Wujud is existence in reality. It's the things that I can touch, smell, see, and hear. So mawjud is existence in the mind. But what is the relationship between the two, existence in reality and existence in the mind? Well, Averroes says that existence in the mind is a subaltern of existence in reality. So we have these things in physicality. Those are existence, that is the larger concept, and from that existence flows forth that we can conclude, well, there must be existence. So if we take a physical example of a rickroll, like the one in the beginning of the video, we know that there is a thing that is rickrolls. However, in the mind, we then create the concept of rickrollness that we can apply to other things. It doesn't start as a concept of rickrollness and then gets applied to a video of Rick Astley singing Never Gonna Give You Up. It starts as a video of Rick Astley singing Never Gonna Give You Up being played unexpectedly, and me deciding, well, I guess that this is a rickroll. So which one is better? Well, I don't know. Modern philosophers and historians are still wondering how to solve this issue and how to correctly interpret what Avicenna and Averroes even said. Now, the conclusion that there is no conclusion might not be very satisfactory, but I hope that at least you understand the problem better if I put it in simple terms like rickrolls and jokes, rather than complicated terms such as existence and non-existence. Have a nice day.